Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule at the defense rests.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, all. Or, depending on where you are, good afternoon, good evening, good day, good night. Good day, basically. Welcome in. Welcome. Good morning, Tricia. Lovely to see you. Sliding on in there, under the radar. Oh, it's Elizabeth. Good morning, sweetheart. How you doing? Normally, when that number pops up, it's normally Miss Tricia. You beat her today. There she is. 8 months. Oh shit! I said the F word in the first 10 minutes. Monetization. Good morning, sweetheart, and thank you for your support. 8 months, far out. I actually clicked onto my because it's the start of the new financial year, and somehow I gained 250 subscribers this week. Not that I'm complaining, but shit on. Yes. And first, you're last. Oh, look, Elizabeth, it's been a week, let me tell you. But not much I can do about it. They've decided that, well, no, I actually decided that I wanted to get off the strong pain medications that I'm on and start taking this new, well, it's not new, but it's supposed to be better. But that means having to wean off all of my pain medications before I could start it, and that hasn't been fun. So yeah, I'm nearly there. Hopefully I'll get the script tomorrow. But apart from that, all good. Anyone got a new spine free going round? Well, I actually was yeah. Thank you, sweetheart. Hey, Ida, how you doing? How come you still come up as Udahef in the chat on Gavel Drops, but not like, I only realized that this morning. But good morning. Oh, yeah, no. And like those people that say that opiates don't work on chronic pain are full of shit. Because, yeah. But I'd rather be off them and onto something that's safer and better in the long run. But it's the last line before ketamine infusions and stuff. So I've got to give it a go. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. And yes. The last 2 days, I said to Tricia yesterday, if I'm still like this tomorrow, meaning today, couldn't do it. But I'm okay. And I think this is probably going to be a good one to start with, because it won't be the 8 hours as such. But this totally shocked me. Absolutely, totally shocked me, because I took Kohburger to be more narcissistic than anything else. And so the fact that he's prepared to compromise that and admit the guilt, then that just threw me for a loop. Because I remember watching this when it very, very first came out, or when it happened. back in November 22, and it broke my heart. And I watched it every day with recovery addict until all the BS motions and stuff started in the middle, and I just went, I'll deal with that when it comes to trial. But it is just horrid. And the poor families, like, I think they're all actually under still a gag order, because I've got a couple of statements from I can never say their name, Kaylee's parents. They've been really, really active all the way through. And they were informed, apparently, that there was an offer on the table over the weekend, and they categorically said no. But apparently that's out of their hands. They don't have a choice. Oh, have they? So has the jury come back? They've called them all back in. I was too, yes. I want to know why. Why that house? Why them? Like, and why only, not that I want to include any more victims, but like, why the 4 out of the 6? Okay, I'll switch it over and we can watch it. Is it on Court TV? I'm assuming it would be. No, it's not. The fuck? No. Let's go to Law and Crime. Oh shit, is it going now? Ah! I'll find them. Law and Crime. It's not on there either. Oh, here we go. Open.
About an hour into deliberations this morning, the jury returns a verdict. And let me tell you, there was a lot going on. Up and down the road that I'm on right here, it's filled with media. And we're all sitting down, waiting, what's going to happen, updating our phones. Is there any sort of, news coming? And all of a sudden I hear next to me, ABC, we've got a verdict. Everyone else, here's a verdict. And by the way, I think we have a court update. So I'm going to go back to Chris. Tell us what we know.
Yes, court update coming in. Again, we have a verdict in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyers are still meeting with him in private as we wait for the verdict to be read in court. We know that Combs' mom and his sister are in the courtroom. We saw members of his family, his children were there. They actually prayed with Sean Diddy Combs inside of the courtroom this morning before members of his family left, which was probably about 15, 20 minutes ago. And then Sean Combs went to a separate room where he was going to wait out these deliberations. I want to bring in our panel of experts who are with me this morning, starting at 9 o'clock. Candace Kelly, legal analyst.
No, just give us the goddamn verdict.
Yesterday, charge leading up to about
complicated of all of them, racketeering conspiracy. And this is something we've talked at length about with the predicate crimes, things like arson, bribery, forced labor, kidnapping. And it's got to be confusing. I mean, for me, who doesn't have a law degree, I've been covering this case for quite some time now. Even at times I waver and I'm like, wait, for all of this to take part about
small with you, William Corman, criminal defense attorney, by the way. But Candace, I'll start with you. Your reaction to the jury reaching this verdict?
Well, listen, I'm not surprised. I know that we talked about lunch just a few minutes ago. I'm a little quiet now because I'm in a TV studio. You probably see people running behind me, by the way. But I'm not surprised because, listen, we know that there was a point where they were coming to a conclusion in all this, and we thought that it was going to be today. I think what happened is that when they slept on it, maybe a lot of them made their decisions and came to a conclusion when they got to court, because that was very quick. It's 10:13 right now. Not a lot of discussions, probably just a lot of voting on each of the charges and then moving on.
It'll be fascinating to hear just how many people yesterday were on one side compared to the others, to the other on this charge, the 12 jurors. William, what's your reaction that they were able to, in about an hour today, find a verdict?
This is why I never bet on how long it's going to take to reach a verdict.
Right.
Because I think both Candace and I were looking at noon or a little bit after noon.
Yeah.
That was about 6 minutes.
Good. Family left, which was probably about o'clock. Candace Kelly, legal analyst, and then we have William Corman, who's a criminal defense attorney. Both are joining us. So very quick, since I last spoke to you, that verdicts come in. Just Candace, what's your reaction? I mean, we were thinking potentially that this was going to be a hung jury. We're still working on getting those guests. But again, we were talking this morning because of yesterday, the jury used the term unpersuadable when saying that that's where they were at on this racketeering conspiracy charge that Sean Combs was facing, even though they were able to find unanimous verdicts on 4 counts facing Diddy. But here we are, just an hour in, going home, sleeping on it. The 12 members of the jury returning a verdict. We're going to work on getting our guests up. But Sierra, walk us through. Here we are. They were unpersuaded. Remember, yes, been sent. Good to be with you. I'm Chris Stewart. Welcome back to the Law and Crime live stream. We have live coverage. I know we just had a verdict is in animation run. I want to be clear that a note has been sent from the jury. So we're a little more than an hour into deliberations today, roughly 14 and a half hours thus far since the jury started deliberating. Remember yesterday, they reached a verdict, unanimous verdicts on 4 of 5 counts facing Sean Diddy Combs, but they were deadlocked to that point, or at least in a place where they said they were unpersuadable on count 1, the racketeering conspiracy charge facing Sean Diddy Combs. We just got an update. It is a verdict. That is per CNN and Intercity Press, which has been covering this case. We do have a verdict in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs. I want to bring in Sierra Gillespie, who is the host of Scandal here on Law and Crime. So just about an hour into deliberations today, Sierra, after they went home last night. They were not able to reach an agreement on count 1. Now we have a verdict coming in. What is your reaction as I'm being told that Combs and other lawyers have returned to the courtroom? And so we're going to continue to follow this. Just your reaction thus far, pretty quick this morning.
The verdict is in. It is official. I mean, yesterday we were talking about how 4 of the 5 counts had been decided upon. The verdict was in, but still a question mark for this morning. What could come of that final one, count 1, racketeering conspiracy? And only about an hour into deliberations this morning, the jury returns a verdict. And let me tell you, there was a lot going on. Up and down the road that I'm on right here, it's filled with media. And we're all
they're obviously not going to go through the charges. Does anyone know what they all were? Guilty on transportation, prostitution, not guilty of racketeering or sex trafficking. Guilty on transportation for prostitution, in other words, for driving chicks around to get laid, or that's it, that's all he got. Yeah. I don't even know what he was charged with. I briefly heard a bit of it, you know, flipping through trials and stuff, but I think I heard from one of his exes. Anyway. Yeah. I don't do Diddy. I don't do Melly. I don't do gangs. All right. So the racketeering one, did that come back as a not guilty or a hung jury? Like, is that going to be up for another go? Or is double jeopardy attached? Sorry. Welcome. And how did we get down to 1? Excuse me. There was 8 of you in here before, and there was 1. And I can see 1, 2, at least 3 more in my chat. My counter's off. That wouldn't surprise me. All right. Well, there is no verdict still on the mushroom murder trial. That's still in deliberations. They only went into deliberations yesterday. They had, I think, at least a 4 or 5 day jury instructions. 4 to 5 days it took them. And that finished yesterday. Yep. Let's not rush things. So, did everyone watch when this went down back in November 22? Yeah, horrific, absolutely horrific. And such a waste, such an absolute waste. As I was saying, the families were advised over the weekend that this verdict, this plea had been put in, and they were adamant against it, but they had no say pretty much at the end of the day, and it was different again once they were told. Oh, hello, welcome, wild Aussie woman. Snap. I'm a wild Aussie woman myself. Welcome. And before, just pre-warning you, suffering your jock. Yay, another Aussie. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Are you familiar with this particular case? I don't know what you... Awful. So anyway, Kaylee's dad made a few statements. Let me see. Okay, so this is from the prosecution. This resolution is our sincere attempt to seek justice for your family. This agreement ensures that the defendant will be convicted, which is a good thing. And at least out of everything, the right person is being punished for the crime. So he will spend the rest of his life in prison, and hopefully Bubba visits him every morning in the shower block, and will not be able to put you and the other families through the unnecessary uncertainty of decades of post-conviction appeals, which, as we all know, it can take 14 years in death penalty cases, and so much money. And then he put, this is Kaylee's dad, I think. We questioned decisions early in the investigations. Why was the mayor commenting on the case? Why was the coroner speaking to families? Why was an officer with less than 2 years' experience leading the investigation? Why was the University of Idaho involved when they declared it an isolated off-campus incident? Why was the university permitted to write a book about the incident while others were silenced under an overly broad order? That's right, they're all gagged, aren't they? After today, gloves are off, I reckon. As a result, we were branded adversaries, so it was no shock how the later County Prosecutor's Office mishandled the plea deal. The death penalty is merely an illusion in the criminal justice system. When available, it serves as a bargaining tool for the state because Idaho is a death penalty state, obviously, and the option there is it could have warranted fire. What do you call it? You know, firing squad. the notion that someone, now this is where we need to go back and watch that video we did with Steve on the death penalty and all the intricacies. The notion that someone can plead guilty to a crime and still face years of appellate delays reveals a systemic failure. Well, we know that that's not the case. It's just that in the second part of the trial, the actual death penalty part, the burden is and the what is it? Oh God, my brain. My brain's gone. It's like to the highest degree of moral certainty. Like, what's the burden is higher. You've got the ultimate duty of care, or whatever it's called, to be met before you can impose that. I don't know where my my brain's dead already, and I've only just started. The Latah County Prosecutor's Office treatment of our family during this process is something I wouldn't wish on anyone. That's not very good. Not very good. And that is really going to shit me. Why is my ears going off? Who's on? I think I'm going to have to mute Discord because it's going off. Mute. Thank you. Hopefully that should stop it. I can hear it going in my ears. So whereabouts are you, Wild Aussie Woman in Aussie? Are you north, south, east or west? All right, what have I missed in chat here? Is Tan in? No. Neither can I. You're gonna love it here, Wild Aussie Woman. We're a good crew. We're a good crew. We yeah, it's yes. Yes. Not I've just come off 8 weeks of running the Karen Reid trial live. So yeah. Well, apparently he has to. Apparently, part of the hearing is that the judge needs to hear elements of the crime to prove that he actually did it, as to put it on the record. So he does have to explain some part of it, apparently. Oh, you are going to love Simi then. Wait till she comes in. Who is this? Diddy? Oh yes, he's disgusting. Yeah. And so is Brian Kohburger. South Australia. Oh, the city of churches. I'm in Melbourne. He could end up with. Yeah, exactly. And have how many freak offs? I don't think I could ever say that again. That word. Why would you call it that? Oh, yes. Yes, it was. Yes. And I got personally invested in that one. So, yeah, sort of dropped me on my ass at the end of it. Yes, they should have, for sure. For sure. But wasn't he being charged with other sexual crimes, like with forcing his partners or at least coercing them into things that they really didn't want to do? I don't know. It's just revolting. A whole lot of them were. Just were. So I thought we would start off before it starts in about 20 minutes and just have a quick recap of what happened back in November of 2022 to these 4 beautiful souls. Because at the end of the day, that's who this is about. And if anyone wants to take up some money for the Bubba Fund for prison, I might start a Bubba Fund. What do you reckon? Let me adjust this. Yeah, I hope he gets everything and then some in prison. You drop your wallet, kick it home, mate. Kick it home. Okay, is that better? Let's see it better now. You can get off the top there, because I don't want you. Can't cover Ethan's head with a QR code. There we go. Righto. Ready, set, news. Ready, please.
In 2022, these 4 university students were discovered stabbed in their home in Moscow, Idaho. Local police described the case as very complex, and it took more than 6 weeks for a suspect to be arrested. We pieced together information from a case affidavit released by authorities, verified publicly available evidence, and pulled in ABC News reporting to create a visual timeline outlining significant events in this case. Students were discovered stabbed in their home in Moscow, Idaho. Local police described the case as very complex, and it took more than 6 weeks for a suspect to be arrested. We pieced together information from a case affidavit released by authorities, verified publicly available evidence, and pulled in ABC News reporting.
Yep, you can. And the only rule I have is basically be respectful to everybody, you know, no negative, nasty comments. I don't do politics and I don't do religion unless it's part of the case. And anyone that comes into chat and starts doing that sort of shit gets no warning. That's it. They're gone. So feel free. It is a safe space and they will be dealt with.
To create a visual timeline outlining significant events in this case. I'm Emmanuel Saliba, a senior reporter with ABC News.
You can even do this. I did that a lot.
It's around 9 p.m. local time on Saturday, November 12th in Moscow, Idaho. According to an affidavit released by authorities, XANA Fernodal and her boyfriend Ethan Chapin are seen hanging out at the Sigma Chi house. It's about a 5-minute walk from their...
Because he's a gutless coward and the firing squad was on the table. That's why. That's why. And he exhausted every avenue he could and knew that it was more than likely he was going to get found guilty. That's my opinion.
Off-campus house on King Road. XANA's roommates Kaylee Goncalves and Madison Mogan are at the Corner Club. It's a historic sports bar in town. They stay at the bar for about 3 hours, according to an affidavit released by authorities. And around 1:30 a.m., Kaylee and Maddie leave the corner bar. The next available images we have of them are in this surveillance footage obtained by ABC News. They're heading towards a local food truck, which is about a 6-minute walk from the bar. Police say this man with them is not a suspect. This is the grub truck. They have been streaming live on Twitch since about 10 p.m. And around 1:41 a.m., we see all 3 of them walk into frame. Maddie and Kaylee order food.
Have a good night. Bye. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks. I think I would like the carbonara.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Absolutely.
How many more do you need? That's the second one? Awesome.
Don's mom.
$10.
Cool. Thank you.
47. Thank you very much.
They wait around for about 10 minutes. Around 1:51 a.m., they grab food from the truck window and walk out of frame. Police confirm that at this point they get picked up by a car service. And about 6 minutes later, they arrive at home on King Road. According to an affidavit, Ethan and Xana are already in the house along with 2 other roommates. 2:47 a.m. According to police, a phone belonging to the suspect, Brian Kohburger, stops connecting to the cell network in nearby Pullman, Washington. This is where he lives and studies criminology as a PhD student at Washington State University. 2:53 a.m. Authorities say a white sedan consistent with a vehicle registered to Kohburger is seen traveling towards the highway that connects Pullman and Moscow. It's only about a 10-mile drive between the 2 cities. At 3:29 a.m., surveillance footage obtained by police from the King Road neighborhood captures a white sedan making an initial drive by the victim's house.
Fucking freaky.
Authorities say this car will make another
weirdo.
2 passes in the next 30 minutes. It's 4 a.m. According to the affidavit, Xana receives a DoorDash delivery. And
Now
the source tells
that right there is scary shit. I actually didn't realize this, but they got hold of the DoorDash driver. She got pulled up for an OUI that same night, and she saw him. Good morning, Miss Jenny. That's okay. Missed you too, sweetheart. Missed you too. Sorry, love. Oh, I normally start streaming if it's a live trial. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is 11 p.m. here. But you can always catch the recap, or I'm actually going to start doing some more presentation stuff as well, because doing 5 days a week of night shift is taking that out of me.
tells ABC News that the delivery is contactless and the order is left at the front door. A surviving roommate would later tell authorities that around this time, 4 a.m., she wakes up to what sounds like Kaylee playing with her dog in the room on the 3rd floor. She also reports hearing someone say, "There's someone here." 4:04 a.m., authorities say the white sedan is seen driving into the neighborhood a 4th time. 4:12 a.m.
I've been working on 3 at the moment, but no luck yet.
According to phone records obtained by police, Xana is awake and using TikTok. The affidavit states that the same surviving roommate says she hears what sounds like crying coming from Xana's room. She opens her door a 2nd time and says she hears a male voice say something to the effect of, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." At 4:17 a.m., this security camera on a neighbor's home picks up distorted audio of what sounds like voices or a whimper, followed by a loud.
We actually have, if there's nothing going on, we have and we're due for another one. So I'll put that on the cards, I think, over the next few days. But what we do is we have it's sort of like a grifting stream where we put every monetary, so say every $20 or $40 in super chats, the chat gets to spend money on my Temu account. You get to choose exactly what I spend the money on. And oh my God, like you get to put in the search and we go through it. It is hysterical, the shit that you can find on there. I've actually got a hat that says my yeast infection itches. And a keychain that says, I think this is your choice, Elizabeth, "Don't be a cunt cake." So yeah, we have a Temu stream. And I'll drop the Discord channel in the chat because we do movie nights on there as well.
A dog can also be heard barking numerous times. This camera is less than 50 feet from Xana's bedroom. The affidavit states the surviving roommate then opens her door a 3rd time. She sees a masked man walking past her towards the sliding glass door in the kitchen. In frozen shock, she locks her door. 4:20 a.m., police say the white sedan is seen leaving the neighborhood at a high rate speed. 5:25 a.m., authorities say that same vehicle is seen on 5 cameras back in the Pullman area, near where the suspect lives. And then, Between 9:12 and 9:21 a.m., police say data collected shows the suspect's phone appearing near the...
I still want to know why if Dylan opened that door and saw him there, why he didn't attack her as well. And no, brain's gone.
Scene of the murders. About 8 hours after the killings, a 911 call reports...
Oh, yeah. Why wait until like nearly lunchtime the next day? Why? We're 2 hours early. It said 11. They were starting at 11 Eastern Standard Time. That's 1 a.m. Are you shitting me? I swear I saw it. What's... Oh, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. Who are you saying goodnight to? Okay. Good night, sweetheart. Mwah, mwah. Aww. That'll teach me for watching the telly without my glasses on. Nope, just double check. Oh, thank fuck. Don't scare me like that.
Unconscious person at the scene of the crime. Shortly after, Moscow police discovered the bodies of 4 students.
The facts of the case that we know right now.
November 16th, police reveal the 4 victims were stabbed to death.
The 4 were stabbed with a knife, but no weapon has been located at this time.
We are eternally grateful that we spent so much time with him.
This is Ethan's mom on November 30th at a vigil honoring her son and the 3 other victims.
That's the most important message that we have for you and your families, is to make sure that you spend as much time as possible with those people, because time is precious and it's something you can't get back.
We're looking for a 2011 to a 2013 Hyundai Elantra.
December 7th, no suspects have been publicly identified, and Moscow police appeal to the public for help.
Any assistance you can give us, anybody that owns one.
You're right, it's at 1. So that's 3 a.m. here. I'll just have to make another stream up. Oh well, we'll have a prequel, and then I'll have a lay down, and then I'll start again. I'll just change the thumbnail. Sorry, I got all excited for nothing. Go.
And anybody that knows of someone who owns one or may have been driving one, if you could get a hold of us through our tip line or call us directly, we'd appreciate that.
December 15th, Kohburger and his father are driving eastbound on I-70 when they get pulled over by a Hancock County Sheriff's deputy.
Hello. How you doing? How y'all doing today? Good, good. Take a look at your driver's license real quick if I could. See, he's right up on that van, man. He was right up on the back end of that van. So you're coming from Washington State University, and you're going where? Oh.
We're going to be going to Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're slightly punched because we're driving for hours.
Hours, days.
Hours.
They're driving across the country to their family home in Pennsylvania.
Okay. So do me a favor, don't follow too close, okay?
10 minutes later, they are pulled over again, but this time by Indiana State Police. Both departments would later say they had no identifying information on the suspect at the time of these stops or the alleged vehicle involved. The Indiana State Police added in another statement that its agency wasn't directed by the FBI to make the traffic stop. 15 days later, Kohburger is arrested in Pennsylvania. The FBI identified the suspect by linking DNA
No way, I
evidence
wanna
from the
watch it.
crime scene to a public genealogy database. January 3rd, he is extradited back to Idaho, where he is charged with felony burglary and 4 counts of first-degree murder. In his statement, his extradition lawyer in Pennsylvania said his client was eager to be exonerated. The suspect remains in custody, awaiting his next court appearance in June.
Yeah. So there you go. No, that's all right. I've got a heap load of stuff I've got to catch up on because I've sort of been stuck in bed for the last few days, unfortunately. And I've got my my tribunal hearing for the disability funding on Friday. Yeah. So that'll be fun. But no, I've got plenty to do. Plenty to do. That's all right. That's all right. I'll change the thumbnail and put this one on to the next one starting at 3. And we'll do it all again. My bad. Sorry. My brain no work at the moment. No work. I was telling Elizabeth and no. I've been on quite a lot of heavy painkillers for my arthritis and everything else. And I wanted to get off them and onto something that's more suitable. But to do so, I had to wean myself off them completely before I can start this new medication. So hopefully the new medication starts tomorrow. Hopefully. Because, yeah, it's not been a fun experience at all. Yeah. Yeah, not nice. Not nice. And even though I don't have a psychological addiction, I have physical addiction. So it was full withdrawal shit. It's fucking horrid. Yeah. So anywho, that's okay. I've got a shit ton to do. Now, the cases that I put on Discord for following, I think 2 of them are not being streamed, but I have asked someone as the gavel drops to get back to me on them, and I've noticed that I've got a message in there, so I will check. She might know a local station that's going to televise them. So I need to finalise the next trial. If these 2, it was the heart one with the missing girl that was beautiful, and the Justin Moan one where he decapitates his father, and I think he made a YouTube video out of it or something. I remember. They were the ones I was going to follow. The next one that is being streamed, and I think jury selection started today, was no, it was on while Karen Reid was on. The coroner murder, the chick. Her and her boyfriend or lover killed her coroner husband or something. So that was the third option. So I'll go through all my messages and check everything out, and hopefully I'll have an answer at 3 when I come back. Anderson, is that the coroner one? Or is that? Oh, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Do you like the... Yes? I did some rekerfuffling. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah. She's what it fucking is. She's what it is. All right. I will. Yes. Yeah. No, 3 a.m. for me, 1 p.m. your time. Palola's mum, 1 p.m. your time. If you've all messaged me on Discord, can't check them until sometime tomorrow. No worries, sweetheart. No worries. That's fine. Thank you, lovey. Thank you. All right. Oh, yeah. I can't tell the time. Have a look. I'm 2 hours early. I'd actually really like to do a stream on confirmation bias. I would. But I'd like to run that as a collab, I think. Get some feedback from a lawyer or an attorney or someone with more knowledge than me. All right, my loves. I'll scratch you in 2 of them hours. Behave in the meantime. Toodly hoops.
Hey there, thanks for stopping in. We hope you will join us again. We all look forward to next time. We get to talk about true crime. Clues. Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule and the defense rests. Our true crime family is great. All types of topics we debate. Smash that like and ring that bell. Hit subscribe, you might as well.